Hi there YouTube, welcome to another video. So in the previous two videos I've been backtesting this guy called the Copy Trader. I'll show you the channel of his YouTube in a bit. So quick recap, in the first video I've done backtesting for about 1 year. I've shared my results with him and I've got told that basically I had to use the latest code for the strategy to start copying the proper way, which makes sense because the results from the first backtest was a bit weird. So I've made another video. For each channel that he has, I basically pinpointed the date when was the latest code for the backtesting was uploaded, and based on that date I did another set of backtests, and frankly the results came on negative. After that I've showed him the results and also I've basically documented my whole setup for the backtest, including the dates and everything. I showed him the results and I got a reply. I will show you those. But in this video I will be doing pretty much same thing. However, I will be deleting all of those providers and doing from a complete scratch. The reason I am doing this is just basically I want to simulate the whole process from the consumer's point of view, and the goal of this video is to determine whether these channels of his are profitable. So again, I've spent $70 for all three channels. I did that so you wouldn't have to, but please bear with me on this video because it's gonna be a bit longer. So I guess let's have a look at my screen and let's start from the beginning. And PS, one more thing, I will be using exactly same setups as in my previous video, but when one condition changed, I will reverse those. So what I am expecting is getting the same number, but instead of red, I'm expecting it to be green. So let's check it out. Right, so what we are looking at is this YouTube channel. So if you are new to this, by design, he basically backtested a bunch of groups, figured out which one of those are high risk, low risk, and the worst traders. So for the worst traders, he is supposedly reversing those, and that should turn the negative strategies into the profitable ones. So if we go to this WAP of his, which is basically the VIP service of his, we will end up into here. So as you may notice, the 3.1 rating isn't that great, but you know, I don't know what kind of setups and approaches other people are doing, so the low rating might be safe from someone who doesn't necessarily know what he's doing. So it's all up to you to read and then basically determine whether you want to invest your hard-earned money into this service. But to help you out, I will try and do the backtesting. I spent $70 on it, so you wouldn't have to. So let's check it out. So before we go any further, these are the results from my last video. So for high risk group, I've did that from I think September till yesterday. I've received minus $10 drawdown based on the latest code that he provided. I'll explain what that means later down in this video. Same thing with the low risk group. As you can see, I have negative $67. So it says December, but actually I did from January 5th here. And there is the worst traders. So this has about minus $300 drawdown. I've tested that from August 22nd, even though it shows July. And keep in mind, for the backtest, I basically used $10 for each trade. So high risk groups in the course of the 2 months from this September had minus 10. So about 1x in 2 months, even though it's negative. For the low risk, since January 5th, I have minus $67, so almost minus 7x. And here from the August, there are the worst copy traders. So all the groups that are consistently losing money. I've backtested this from I think August 22nd. That's when the latest code for the copy trader was posted. So basically trading 2 months with $10 for each trade, I have a negative drawdown of minus 36x. Now, how did I get those results? I suggest you to watch my previous video. I guess I will link it down in the pinned comment or something, maybe in the card right here or here, I'm not sure. I think it goes here. I've screenshotted everything and I wrote to his Instagram. So let me show you what he replied. So here's my message. So basically I told him that I backtested all the 3 channels, that I have received some weird results. I also told him that there is a chance that I may have made mistake, or there's also a chance that the guide is maybe incomplete or something. So I told him that for the high risk channel, I've backtested with the latest code which was posted on September 18th. For the low risk channel, I've used the code which was posted on January 5th. And for the worst traders, well, that was a mistake on my end. For the worst traders, it was when on August 22nd, the latest code was posted. Now I told him, of course, to check out these photos. I'm not sure if I expected him to, but I also told him that if we could figure out what went wrong, maybe we could improve his clientele and review rating of his to maybe increase a bit from 3.1, and I shared all of the results right here, which you just seen from here. Now he told me that he basically don't have time and energy to go all of these results, and he basically let me suggest maybe some improvements. So I asked him if he's doing the back tests with the same software as I am. I've also basically told him that for the worst traders channel, I hadn't seen the reversal function ticked. So I asked him whether the reversal that he is doing for all of those signal providers comes from his internal system, or should I be seeing the reversal function being turned on in my Telegram Copier software? Also, another question I asked whether there is some intricacies behind each code, because I am suspecting that just simply copying the strategy code, which I will show you later in this video, may not cut it. So you can read my message again. Here are some more messages that I've wrote to him. You can pause the screen and read those. And this is basically what he replied. So all of the signals from his channels that he's providing has already been reversed, meaning that I shouldn't be seeing the reversal function being turned on. So that basically means that most of the reversals that should be happening is coming from his internal, I guess, system, if that makes sense to you. And another thing to mention, which I've talked about in my previous videos, so it's the same weekend. I've been testing all of these channels on live accounts. So for the first week, the high and low risk groups did not give me any trades for some reason, but the worst copy traders channel actually did give me a few trades, and by trading about $10 for each position, I have almost negative $46. But anyway, for the purpose of this video, I am gonna delete these providers. I'm gonna add everything again here on camera, and let's do the back testing with one function different, which is reversal, and let's see if we can get the same number but in green. So first things first, I want to go ahead, scroll to the right and click add provider. I guess let's start with the worst copy traders because it takes longer to set up, I guess. Now let's click add provider. Let's keep all the settings as it is. I'm gonna click add provider. One thing to do though is just use, I guess, fixed lot sizes just to make the strategy to be added to my basically software. Let's click add provider. Close it. Here the provider has been added. Now if I go to my Telegram right here, I will find this worst copy traders channel, which I've just added. and I will go through all of the pinned messages right here until I find the guide. So there's no guide in here, no guide in here, and right here on the August 28th, here you can see the link to the guide to his Google Docs. So I'm gonna click it. Let's open it up. And as the guide suggests, this document is only talking about the worst copy traders channel, which we are looking at here right now. So if you want to read this, I guess I will link it down to the pinned comment as well. But here's the step by step. So I just did the first step. I've added my provider. Now there is a code provided here. So I can use either this code, I guess, because this document was posted on August 22nd. However, if I go ahead and click magnifying glass to search and I type in code, I can see that the latest code was posted on August 22nd. So this should be the latest code, I guess. But since the guide was posted on August 28th, so 6 days later, I guess that code in the guide is a bit more latest. But let's check at least. TSC and ends with T09, and here we are looking at the same thing. Okay, well, I could use AI to confirm that these codes are the same, but for the purpose of simulating exact conditions, I'm gonna use this code because I've used this code on previous video. So I'm gonna copy selected text, go ahead and click the gearbox, click settings, and here I will import the code. Okay, here the code is now imported, which is basically the third step and fourth step for that matter. So as I've said, I've left the risk management to 0.01 lots. Well, I think there is a typo right here because it says 0.1 and here in the picture is 0.01, but it's the same thing. And if we go to the seventh step, I should find the T-copy tab. So if I go back to my software, I go ahead and click the gearbox icon, click settings, scroll down, and if I click here this arrow to drop down, I will find the T-copy. And here in the step 9, we are basically selecting how much money we are willing to stake per position. Now this is important. Why? If we go down to the bottom again, let's find a signal, any type of signal. Say there was a signal grade British pound against New Zealand dollar. And if you will notice, it has the lots suggestion. So I think it is calculated to be around $100 per position. So if we multiply $100 by 0.01, which I have added here in my software, so this will mean that instead of $100 by default, which is suggested in the Telegram, I will be staking $10, which is basically explained right here in this text. And here, after explanation how this risk management is working, I've just done this step. So instead of 0.5, which he uses in this example, I'm using 0.1, so I'm only trading 10% of the suggested lot size value. And one more thing I have to do is go ahead and find the limit lot size too. So I need to find this function, and as the guide suggests, I need to add exactly same number right here. So let's do that. If I again go ahead and click show all, type in the search bar limit lot, click enter. Here I have this set to 1, but as the guide suggests, I need to set it to 0.1. Here's the explanation of this function and what does it mean. Okay, I'm gonna click close. But before saving all the settings, I need to do one more thing, as I've mentioned in the beginning of this video and the whole purpose of this video is I again go ahead and click show all and type in reverse. So here we have in the Pro tab, we have reversal function. In fact, we have two. So this function reverses those trades, and this function basically inverses all of those. So if I were to use this one, I would basically just be using a completely new strategy. However, I do already have a data to click this. So as I've said before, for the first week I have total P&L, which is loss of about 4x, so for 40 bucks. So if I click this guy, I will be reversing the exact trades, but on the same setup. So in theory, I should be profitable from now on. I'm gonna click save here, click close. Now let's click the gearbox again, click the backtest. I'm gonna load it until August 2025. Why August? Because again, if we go back to the Telegram, the latest code which I've just picked up for my strategy was posted on August 22nd. The previous one I think was in June. Okay, so I'm using the latest one, which is posted on August. Let's go back here. So I will load each signal from the August 22nd. Now, as you can see, the date it has loaded me is basically from the beginning of August, which I don't need. I need to find August 22nd right here. So August 22nd is this row. And I will scroll down here, the very bottom of it, and by holding shift I will click right here, and this basically suggests that the last signal that was posted was November 7th. Let's confirm that. If we go back to the bottom, we can truly confirm that the last signal was posted on the November 7th. So everything aligns. Make sure that we are still starting on the August 22nd. I will have to use this. There we go. We are still at August 22nd. I'm gonna click create backtest. There you go. So the backtest code was created and total signals that was confirmed is 312. So I'm gonna click OK. I'm gonna close it. Click here on the backtest, and here is my new backtest. It is completely empty because I hadn't run it yet. So this is the results from my first video for this channel. These are the results from my previous video, where I have taken into the account only the latest code. When was it posted, which was August 22nd. And here I have the same thing, but only with the reversal function turned on. So in theory I'm expecting the same number, but instead of being it red, I'm expecting it to be green. So I'm gonna click code. Now that it has been copied to my clipboard, I'm gonna go ahead and click on my MetaTrader. So I will have to do all market watch symbols. I have set August 22nd until basically today, which is 9th of November. I'm gonna use the expert, which is Signals Copier backtester, which I am using, and I will click inputs and I will paste this backtesting session code which was just generated for me. I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so I think the backtest now is fully ready. Let's click start and see what kind of results we'll be getting. Now guys, while the backtest is running, I've just realized I haven't done one thing. I haven't showed you the question marks behind both of the reversal functions, so you could understand the reason why I chose one instead of the other. So let me show you the screenshots of those explanations. So I chose this instead of this. Okay, so the backtest has been completed, and I gotta say I did not get exact same result, but in the other direction. Have a look. So we are looking right here. So instead of plus 360 bucks, I've only have gotten positive 93 bucks. So I redid the exact same thing but without the reversal function, expecting to receive the same number, and yet I still received a different number, which is minus 200 bucks. So I went back to here, I've gotten myself a strategy code, and I did exact same thing as I've done in the previous video. I've run exact same backtest, and instead of getting 362 bucks, I've only have gotten minus 247. So this is a bit weird. I'm not sure why I am constantly getting different numbers, but I will do one more thing just to show you guys. So I'm gonna get this strategy code again. I'm gonna copy this to clipboard. So this is the session I have done in my previous video. Now if I go back to my accounts, I will click this gearbox and I will insert yesterday's video's code, with which I have gotten myself a basically minus 347 bucks. But instead I will change one more thing. So this is exactly the same setup I've done on the previous video. However, I want to do one more thing. I will put it on reversal, click save, close it. I will create another backtest, August 2025, and again I will go ahead and find myself a August 22nd. That's where it starts. I will just select everything until the bottom. Okay, so again November 7th, which was the last day of the signal, which we have confirmed. I'm gonna click create backtest. There you go, my backtest have been created. ZZ code 312 again. Let's close it. Let's click backtest tab. Here is my new backtest session. I'm gonna click it. I will put it on inputs. Click paste. Okay, just to confirm, we have all market symbols from August 22nd to today, November 9th. And let's try and do this again. So I have just showed you that I've taken this strategy code and I've just selected the reversal for it. So now I'm really expecting this number but on green instead of this. So the reason I may have received a different number on this one, so basically I may have forgotten what I have done previously with this one, so that's why it's only 93 bucks. But right now, as you just saw, I've taken this strategy code from my previous video, created a new backtest but with only the reversal function on, and now I'm gonna rerun this again and let's see what kind of number we will be getting, just to confirm everything. So let's click start and let's see what kind of results we'll be getting. Okay, so the backtest is basically completed. I don't know what kind of results I have gotten. Let's click refresh. And again, instead of minus 362 bucks, I only am getting 25. So I'm not sure why inversing it like that. It's basically just different number that is being received here. What I want to do again, maybe let's try to do this group instead of reversing it. Let's try inversing it. So let's create additional backtest. Let's close it. So create new backtest. Now I will choose a different type of reversal. So instead of reversing, I will be inversing. So the whole basically setup of a trade will be looking on at the opposite direction. So just to confirm again, August 22nd, let's scroll down to the very bottom, which was November 7th. Okay. Let's create another backtest. I cannot believe I'm doing the 3 backtests in one single video for the same group. So here's my backtest code. We have a 312 signals. So let's close it. Click backtest tab. So here is our empty backtest session. Let's click copy. Again, just to confirm all market watch symbols from 22nd of August till today. On the inputs tab, I will just paste this code. And let's see what kind of results I'll be getting on this one. Alright, so this one is also completed. I'm not sure what kind of results I have gotten. So let's click refresh, and inverting it is also causing me a negative result. So I've started video with this one, which is basically setting the whole thing up basically as per guide, the way the guide suggests. I was expecting a higher number at 362 bucks, but I've received 93 bucks. Then I basically turned off reversal function and received a negative. Then I have taken the code from my last video, did the exact same backtest and received 247. Then I've taken my code from my previous video, added a reversal and only received 25 PNL. And then I basically did the same thing, but instead of reversing it, I've inverted it and received negative minus 33 bucks. Oof! So guys, what conclusions can we make from these results? I personally have two conclusions. First of all, reversing those trades does indeed show positive gains over time. I can confirm it by the data of my first week, because for my first week I had received a minus 40 bucks, which is basically minus forex. And another thing to confirm is basically that this backtester is giving me different results for some reason each time I backtest it, which is weird. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm tinkering with the same settings as always and I'm getting different results. And by the way guys, I did expect to make all three groups in this video, but this was based on the idea that I will be getting at least similar numbers. So I've wasted so much time of this video by just testing a different variations of one single group. So I'm already about a half of hour through this video. And if I were to do two additional groups for like this would take at least hour or hour and a half. So I don't want to waste all of your time with this. I've already warned you guys that this video is gonna be a bit longer, but it's taking longer than I personally expected. So what I want to do is this now. Okay, so this is what I am gonna do. So the backtest does indeed confirm that over time we are getting positive results when we are basically reverse trading. I personally used this channel on live account by trading 10 bucks each, and as I've showed you in the first part of this video, it was after first week negative 40 bucks, which is basically forex. So I'm gonna take this strategies code, I'm gonna copy it, and I will basically put it on my live account, but with reversal. So I'm gonna go ahead and click settings. I'm gonna import these settings like this. Okay, and just to confirm that it's gonna do reversal for me, I'm gonna go ahead and basically find the Pro tab and confirm that reverse strategy is on. Okay, so now I will be trading everything at the other direction with this one. Now, as I've said, I'm not gonna show you, at least in this video, how I backtest these two other channels, because that would take too long. If you guys want me, I can do the two separate videos of different options and settings for these two channels. Let's see if we can go ahead and make some profitable results. And another thing, for my first week I hadn't received a single trade from these channels, so I don't have any data to confirm whether should I basically reverse these guys or not. So but given from the results of the backtest, it shows me that I should, so I am not sure. I guess I will just maybe keep it at least for one more week and see if I can get at least few trades and see what kind of results that will produce, and at least by then I will have enough data, or at least some data to confirm that this is going positive or negative. So at least I think I will leave these two guys for now on live account by the given settings. And another thing, one of the reasons I'm not backtesting these two groups in this basically video, because if we would go with all of the pinned messages right here, there is no guide, I think, for this exact group, so low risk. I cannot see a single guide, at least now. Only the copy code, which I talked about in the previous video, which was on January 5th, but I can't say that I am able to find a guide how to set it up, so this is a bit, I guess, alarming. Okay, so there is a guide that I've found, and again I will link this document in my basically pinned comments so you can read it. For my next video I'm gonna have to get acquainted with this document a bit, but that's for another video. And again, if I go to the high risk channel and if I go through all of the pinned comments, let's see if I am able to find a single guide for the high risk group. And of course for the high risk group I couldn't find a single guide, so I guess the setup for this channel is at least the same as I did in this video, which is for the worst traders, so I am not sure. And one last thing guys, if we go ahead and Google Telegram signal backtest, the very first entry that comes up basically is the very same software that I am using. So what I can tell you from this, at least from what I see, that this is the software that is basically the benchmark of this industry. So at the very least I should be able to trust the results that it is giving me. So closing remarks, given that this software at the very least based from the Google research results is the industry's benchmark, and it has showed me negative results on the given settings by the provider on all three groups, and given I guess relatively low rating here, only 3.1, for the next week I will have all of these three groups ready to be trading on live account with $10 for each position, all of them with reversal function on. So I will trade against everything that all of these channels are providing. I'm not sure what kind of results I will be getting. In fact, from this group I have few trades that haven't been realized yet, so that will erode my profits a bit, at least for the next week. But I will let you know in the next video during the next weekend what kind of results we will be getting, and let's see if we can make some money. So I'm really trying to help you guys to make informed decisions by spending my own money to keep you from spending your own money on things that are not profitable. So that is on me. For the next week, as I've mentioned, I will be trading against everything that all of these channels are providing. I hope that this will get the better results. I will of course let Antonio know about at least worst traders channels, what happens when the reversal function was on, and I will show you the results of all of my trades that I've taken for the next week during the next weekend, so stay tuned. Anyway guys, I really hope you've managed to follow the logic of this video, and I hope you watched it till the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you find an issue of the backtest that I am doing, please do let me know in the comments, because that part of information is really important, not just only for me, but for all of us. I really want to avoid all of you guys getting scammed. So please leave a like, subscribe and comment. I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.